Cheers.
Cheers.
On the other side of the world.
International rugby is back.
I must say it was an exciting weekend.
It was, I mean, I didn't see France losing by that margin.
No, and there was the red card.
There was a red card
to Willemse.
But what's going on with Willemse? Twice in a row does that head to the face stuff.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't ideal, and the first one I think could have almost been
a red by itself.
Yes, or one of them at least. I don't know. No, not really. I suppose.
I know that Ireland was kind of ahead at that point. Do you think they were feeling the pressure or what? It wasn't like they were going off sides all the time.
Yeah.
That's how they got a yellow card. It was literally just foul play both times.
Yeah. I just think maybe they were chasing the game a little bit, France. But I just think on the Ireland were
they're just sublime.
Yeah, just the higher intensity. France just had one of those days that you sort of thought that they weren't going to have any more.
Yeah, I mean,
but like almost a no-show day in Paris.
Gibson Park's try.
Yeah,
was stuff that we used to see. It reminds me of those days in 2005 with the Crusaders and the All Blacks, where they're there's just no more defenders. They're three, New Zealanders, passing between each other and then they score. That's what it was like. Gibson Park
even
running
20
from the 22.
Yeah,
running it in.
Even Tyke Burn finding so much space through the middle for a lock.
But that's just perfect timing of that pass.
That is. But he is brilliant.
Yeah.
We rate him very, very highly.
And they were physical, the Irish. I mean, French are a physical team.
Yeah.
And they handled it, no problem.
Yeah. Who was the man of the match? Was
the wing, McCartney.
Yeah.
McCartney or McCarthy?
McCarthy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Had a great game. And even the wing on the other side, Nash, also seemed quite good. So we said in one of the comments that they actually do have a lot of depth and they've got their system in place. And Jack Crowley looked right at home.
He looks proper.
Just taking over from
feel the
Sexton.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel the pressure. There were one or two moments where he had to sort of scramble a little bit and make it like a clearing kick or whatever. No problem.
So then there must be a little bit of a mental element to being ready again in 4 years. Not that we're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
now.
let's not start there.
No.
But I'm just thinking about the French who were last year. That wasn't a good year. Actually, think about their year last year. Almost losing to Italy in Rome. Not playing that well against Scotland at home. And losing to the Springboks in the quarterfinal. Not being at all convincing against Uruguay in the World Cup. Maybe they're a little bit something's not working there.
Yeah, I think maybe the style is sort of modeled on sort of kind of New Zealand rugby type of getting it wide quickly and relying on your big wingers and that sort of thing it doesn't leave a lot of margin for error in test match rugby where you've got to be brilliant at the basics, and it seems like they're not tackling guys back. The set piece isn't brilliant. Too many silly mistakes.
Disorganized,
yeah.
And
they still have those off days. And then, like you said, against Uruguay, where Ireland and the Springboks have all this depth, where they can almost play teams with a second string team. Like France they don't really have that. This has been a French problem.
So, I mean, we saw it, I think Dupont, by that time in the game against Uruguay, he'd already been injured. He'd cheekbone, broken his cheekbone. But, and then you saw, when they put on their second string team, they're not quite the same. And maybe that's what we're seeing now. Maybe he's that good that he sort of raises their standard. And, I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, if we lost, a big player like that,
we also have an impact. This was a second string halfback combination. I've never heard or seen this Luku or whatever scrum half.
The scrummy, the bald guy.
Yeah,
I have seen him, but I think he actually played in that Uruguay game.
Okay. Was he in the World Cup squad? I can't remember.
I think he was.
Guy. And then obviously Jalibert is very, very good. Yeah. But I mean, he's not the actual first, the first choice.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to France, they're missing their like those are two important players, Scrummy and the
and the
the
new
fly.
captain Aldrich.
And then you're playing this Irish team.
Yes,
That's just outrageous.
but at home, I mean, surely they should have done better. On what minute was the red card? It was like half an hour into the game or something.
Yeah, 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, see, that
30 minutes,
also
half
has
an
an
hour.
impact.
Let's call it half an hour.
Yeah,
I'm not going to fight you.
It has a big impact on the game. They'll probably blame that 38-17 in Paris. That hurts.
But the Irish were already smashing them by
They
that
were
time.
before that.
Things looked ominous.
Yeah. Yeah, often you make those mistakes because you are chasing the game. In any case, great for Ireland. So they'll be favourites.
I think that's it. That's the Six
They'll
Nations.
be favourites to going into the rest of the games.
Yeah.
But I did not know. Let's England, Italy first. Yes, I was rooting for Italy.
I was rooting for Italy, but they're not good enough to put together 40 minutes. I mean, I know they went into the half leading, but they sort of had two brilliant tries.
Yeah.
And all the English did was they just showed a bit of class. They put a whole bunch of phases together, put some pressure, kicked
But
their
this
penalties.
completely dominated the second half.
Well, you're already in the first
17-14.
half. Yeah, 17-14, but I think it was 17-8.
Yeah.
Italy was ahead.
Yeah.
And then the game, I mean, with 5 minutes to go, it was 27-17 or something.
Yeah. 27-24.
So what's that?
score.
19 unanswered points.
Yeah. They showed it in the stats. Like Italy spent the entire second half in their own half.
Yeah. They just couldn't do anything.
No.
They had no possession. They had no territory.
So it is not a strong enough 23, but only a 3-point loss though.
Only a 3-point loss. And what's his face? Thomas. What's the fullback's name?
Tommy Allen.
Yeah. Tommaso
Allen.
He missed.
Monty Johanni was also very good.
Yeah, he also missed the kick. Tommaso Allen.
Could have been different.
So you don't know.
Yeah, they made a few silly mistakes, Italy. I thought if they were also
so many
there was
errors.
a bit more cohesion, if they were a bit more solid.
Handling errors.
Well, it's dumb stuff.
Getting isolated.
Yeah.
No, there's no continuity. There's no flow for them.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're not terrible.
It also shows you that England's not quite there yet. It was in Italy.
They're not a Mickey Mouse team. They're not going to lose to Italy.
No.
Unless Italy does something has breakaway tries and that sort of thing, which it was a little bit. Their 2 tries did give you that idea, and their 3rd try actually, Monty Johanni.
Yeah, he had a good game.
But it's hard to gauge England.
Yeah,
hard to gauge them
from that game.
Yeah,
it's hard to see what they exactly want to do. They brought a few guys back who weren't sort of in the World Cup mix. Kenby Slade, and you don't see a lot of guys where you're thinking, wow, this guy is going to be the next big thing in European rugby.
What I do say though is, wow, every single backline player has his hair professionally cut.
Yes, no, they do have.
They have excellent haircuts.
Yeah, you have to give them that. Peroxide is back.
Is it back? Who has a peroxide? I didn't see anyone.
I think I'm thinking of that. Well, Freddie Stewart sometimes likes a few highlights.
Yes, yeah.
But was he playing? No.
Yes, he was playing.
Yeah.
I didn't have highlights. Yeah, they all of them, their hair is perfectly done. And I see now, moving on to Scotland and Wales, Scots as well, they're very fancy with their haircuts.
Yeah.
And what's happened now is I see Duan and Kyle Steyn, those backline players in Scotland as well, they also cutting their hair nicely.
Except for Piers Skuman, he just cut everything
He just
off.
shaved it.
He
But
just
that was
shaved
for
it.
some other benefit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was because it was thinning a little bit and maybe it was time.
maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking
In any
of-
case,
speaking
that's
of
not
thinning-
really rugby.
That's not really, I know, but that's what struck me from the England-Italy game.
Yeah.
But Wales-Scotland, I thought by half time, Wales was dead.
Yeah, I thought so too. What was it, 20-0 at one stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might have gone to 27-0.
Yes.
I think it did.
Yeah. Did it? Oh, whichever.
Half time was 20-0, and then in the second half, Duan van der Merwe scored
I
a try.
also, I switched between channels. I watched a bit of cricket and stuff, and then I switched back and I saw, okay, Wales is coming back into the game. Scotland haven't beaten them in Wales since 2002.
Yes, in 20 odd years, yeah.
Yeah, so
No, but like the thing is, Wales was the same as like the Italy game in the beginning there. Wales just couldn't hold, like they knocked the ball on.
Yeah. Yes, lineouts. Oh my word.
Lineouts are terrible.
I couldn't take the lineouts. If they just won their lineouts, they would have won the game.
Yeah, that fly half kicks the ball out.
Costello.
Did he kick it out on the full or did he not kick it out?
Then he didn't kick it out.
He didn't kick it out.
Yeah, and they had lost so many lineouts and then he didn't kick it out.
Yeah.
No, it was a hard watch because I was sort of, in actual fact, the weekend was quite cool to see that we know France will bounce back, but it was sort of close everywhere, which could make for a nice tournament, even though we think Ireland would take it. But maybe Scotland can still beat Ireland or something can happen.
Finn Russell I think he's a genius.
Yeah, but he should also like that whole thing of catching the ball out of the air and then just standing there. Or like, did you see what he does? He keeps his arms to his side and when the ball is like on top of him, he catches it. And then he doesn't run, he just looks at everyone and he's got a bit of an attitude, eh?
Yeah.
Apparently his post-match, he was very hard on his own players or something.
He's a strange character. Even when you like watch that show, that Full Contact Six Nations.
Oh, really?
He's a bit of a strange guy.
He doesn't like being in good physical shape. I think he's, I don't know. Obviously he's a talent, but isn't he a bit full of himself?
I think he's just extremely immature.
He's
like immature. I think that's his... He seems like he's very like self-conscious. Actually, he's like self-conscious and immature. He's just got to grow up a little bit. I don't know.
Seems like a bit of a soccer football player type.
Yeah, and speaking of haircuts again, he like shaved like a line into his head.
No, I really like.
So he's a bit of a flashy.
I like the guy as a rugby player, but some of the things he did in the game I didn't like. Like he sort of had like this nonchalant type.
Maybe it's going to his head because everyone's. He also said that he is the Messi of rugby or something like that.
Did he say that?
Yeah, but I think he was joking. It was
many a truth spoken in jest.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, they look like the real deal.
What we said.
It's pretty much continuation of last year from Scotland.
Yeah, and Wales will take heart from it, but Wales it's a rugby nation. They don't want to lose at home against Scotland.
Yeah, they're obviously in the rebuilding thing. They've got like a super young captain, and I mean the old guys bigger.
Wainwright was good.
Wainwright's always good, but was he playing lock?
No, I think he was playing 6 or 8 or something.
I think he might have been playing lock. I was looking at him.
I just saw he scored a try and he was quite busy. And heard his name quite a lot.
Yeah.
And Dyer was good as well. He scored a try. They'll miss Reece Zammit. They're the last country that needs something like some guy going to play NFL and stuff.
Yeah, no. Especially that. I mean, Reece Zammit, I was impressed with that guy. Scored a try or 2 against the Springboks.
No, they need a few young superstars to come through to really lift their game. But
maybe they're just really down there, like in terms of because. There was that whole fight, like they weren't even going to play the game against England a season or 2 ago. The players were going on strike.
Yeah, it might take them a while to be where they can compete for the Six Nations again, I think.
Yeah, but if you think that Scotland's a decent team and they came close, they came back.
They're very close.
But that could also just be history playing into their we said Scotland haven't won there in 20 years. I
think if they only were able to take their own lineouts, they would have won the game. Because they had a whole bunch of 5-meter lineouts and they lost all of them.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous. It was tough to watch them play, I must say. And then they came so close.
Yeah, you feel bad for them because
I do.
They are a rugby nation and it's like their national sports and stuff.
I like the fact that they're in Europe and it's their national sport because everyone's national sport is soccer, football. Yeah, or something else, Gaelic or something.
Speaking of football, Bafana.
Yes,
you saw
that's
that
great.
coming.
Yeah, in the semi-final for the first time since 2002, but that's a different sport. The African Cup of Nations. Anyone who watches that stuff.
We watch it.
Yeah, go South Africa always. Dricus du Plessis, all that stuff. Cheers. Watch the videos. Subscribe.
Anyway, I don't know who's playing next. Is it next week already?
Let's talk about that. We'll do a preview or something.
Do a preview, All right.
Maybe.
Cool, man.
Okay, cheers.